I'm back with another video. So there is a reason as to why I'm not wearing makeup and I am wearing my glasses, and as you can see from the title of this video, I'm taking you with me on my experience as I get LASIK eye surgery, which I'm quite scared about right now. Also, did you guys realize I had short hair? I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I have pretty terrible eyesight. I've had short-sightedness since I was really young, and I used to wear night contacts. But what ended up happening was I got a piece of dust particle in my night contact when I was young during our renovation period. And then when I put it in my eye, it caused a scratch in my eye overnight. I went to the specialist, he swabbed it and left a scar there. So ever since then, we were really worried about whether I would be able to get LASIK, and today is finally the day. But it's meant that from like my high school years up, I've had to wear glasses most of the time, and I used to feel really self-conscious about wearing glasses. I hated it, but I recently got a new pair of glasses from Specsavers and I actually really love them, so I'm feeling kind of sad that I have to part ways with them now. So the biggest question I've been getting at the moment for my eyesight is how bad is it exactly? And it's pretty bad. So I'm -4 degrees, which is basically like if I take off my glasses, I literally can't see anything. My mum really wanted us to get laser eye surgery. So she's kind of been monitoring every one of our eye appointments and checking whether our eyesight is stabilizing or not. So we consulted the doctor and they kind of approved that yes, even though I'm still pretty young, it's probably the right time, or like a time that would be appropriate for me to get it. In terms of the process leading up to today, I'm about to get my surgery in like 2 hours. I first went to the optometrist, kept checking the stabilization of the eyes. The optom then has to write a referral for you to go to the specialist doctor who does the surgery, and then you do kind of like a pre-surgery appointment. My brother and I went to the consultation last week, and basically what they do is check the thickness of your cornea, and they also will check the shape of your eye, do all these scans and make sure that your eye is prepped and like ready for the surgery. Otherwise, if it's not ready, then they'll probably recommend you take on a different technique. I was a bit worried going to that consultation because the week before I'd been told I have very dry eyes, and that's not really good because after you do the surgery you get even drier eyes. So we wanted to make sure that my eyes were moist enough for the surgery, and basically leading up to my consultation I had been putting in gel at night to make sure my eyes closed when I slept, because apparently I sleep with my eyes open, and then I would put in eye drops a couple of times every single day, and by the time of consultation the doctor just said it was all good to go. And apparently the scar in my eye would not be a problem at all, which is really great. In terms of the cost of it, it would be $3,000 for each eye, which is $6,000 in total, which does sound like a lot to me, but because it's a long-term investment, I guess it is definitely worth it. In addition to that, with my surgeon, they do a 5-year warranty, so if there's any like worsening of the eyes during that time, then they can do enhancements for you for free. So going into it today, I have not many expectations. I'm not really trying to think about it that much, but I'll be excited to have you there with me. Let's take you with me, and the next time or the next shot that you're gonna see will be us at the surgery office. asked my doctor to help take a video of the surgery process through their machines, which is how I got this footage. The first part is them making that cut on the cornea so then they can lift the flap and do the laser after. They put this pressure on your eyeball and it makes your vision go grey and then black even though your eyes are still open, and then they'll just make the cut in like 20 seconds. You literally don't feel anything, you don't even know what's happening, and then as you can see they just lift it up again and then they do the other eye. It looks really gross here, but he's just taping the eyes lashes away so they don't get in the way, and then making sure the eyeball is open. They do put in these anesthetic eye drops as well, so you don't feel anything on your eyeball. And this is like the grossest part, where as you can see there's like a cut on your cornea now, and he'll just like flip the flap open so then there's access to your eyeball. And it's so gross because it looks like kind of matte and then gives it a bit of a wipe. And here's where the actual laser happens now. In the pre-consultation, they take scans of your eye and then they tailor the laser exactly to what your eyeball needs, which is why it's probably really expensive. And then just after that, they'll flip the flap back on, and I guess he's cleaning it out. I don't really know. Enough is enough. And then they push away the little air bubbles in your eyeball. But yeah, and you can still see that the flap is still open, so then you need to go home and recover. I'm turning up the fire when you speak, 'cause my heart can't stop it. Alright, so it's been about 4 weeks since I got my surgery, and I thought now would be the great time to give you the post-op update, which I was planning to do like 3 days after I had the surgery, but then I got super lazy. First of all, as you could see from the video just before, the surgery itself was super short. It was literally like 1 minute on each eye, and then I was pretty much done. So I didn't even know, like, during the whole process what they were doing. 5 minutes after that, I got to sit up and I felt like my vision was already really good. It was just a bit cloudy because it had to recover. And then I waited for my brother to get his one done. And then after that, my parents drove us both home and they instructed us to sleep for about 5 hours just to keep our eyes closed, because apparently that 5-hour resting period is the best thing you can do for the recovery of your eyes. And then the next morning we had to go back to the medical centre to do our post-op checkups. So they'll just make sure that your eye's healing right and everything is on track and looking okay. And it was for us, so that was a really good thing to hear. When I went in, they also checked my vision, and by the next morning it was already at 20/20. I think one eye is like minus 0.25 and the other eye is plus 0.25. And then for the 10 days after that, in terms of recovery, I had to put in special eye drops 3 times a day, and then also put in just the lubricating normal eye drops like all the time, literally, because one of the biggest side effects, I guess, of getting LASIK eye surgery is that you get incredibly dry eyes, and I already had dry eyes before I went in for the surgery. There were also quite a few things I was instructed I couldn't do, such as put on makeup the week after, I couldn't wash my face, or like take showers, I had to have baths. I actually wore swimming goggles while I took showers for like the week afterwards, just in case soap got in my eyes. And then the most disruptive thing for me was I couldn't play sports for 4 weeks, which was really annoying because I just signed up for a couple of OzTag teams and I'd paid the rego, and then it meant that I was out for a month or so, and I had to stand by the sidelines during the games and watch, and I always had that feeling like I really wanted to join in. But luckily for me now, it's been 4 weeks, so I'm back in the game, I'm ready to get fit again. Despite that, obviously, that's such a minor thing in comparison to the return you get of having great eyesight for a very long time. So I would definitely recommend getting LASIK eye surgery if your optometrist says it's okay for you to do so. For those who are scared of the surgery process, there's no need to be. I know, even though I showed that video just then and it looked really scary and gross, it definitely wasn't the same from my perspective when I was sitting in that chair, because I literally couldn't feel anything. I couldn't see. All I could hear was just like the comforting words of my surgeon, as well as people like counting down, telling me, oh, there's only 20 seconds left. So it's definitely something that is bearable. So for those who are living in Sydney and are interested in where I got the surgery done, I will link it in the description below. I'd highly recommend going here because I found the people were so nice and so comforting as well. If you have any other questions about the surgery, definitely let me know in the comments below and I will try to respond to them. No, I will respond to them because I don't get that many comments anyway. So yeah, apart from that, keen to see you guys in my very next video. Okay, bye! Smiling every day with Hey Linny.